Beach from Resource Insider, and today I'm sitting down with Christian Milau, the CEO of Equinox Gold. How's it going today, Christian?
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Jamie, for having me here.
So we're basically here to learn a little bit more about yourself and Equinox and what you guys are up to. For our viewers that aren't familiar with the story, can you give the 30,000 foot view of what Equinox is and what you guys do?
Yeah, Equinox was formed about 2 years ago. We did a three-way merger to create the company, which basically pulled together a big old producing mine effectively in California and also one in Brazil. And also Ross Beatty got involved, and that was a key catalyst for us. Ross invested a lot of his own money, and actually he's put in almost $120 million up to date in the last 2 years. So you created a vehicle with some good assets, you brought together good backers, and you also brought, beyond that, the sovereign wealth fund of Abu Dhabi called Mubadala. So we're a well-capitalized, smaller company that's really just starting to turn the corner and become a gold producer today.
So I think people who are watching who are familiar with the story would probably know by now that Equinox has had some very exciting news lately. You guys have recently announced a merger, an acquisition of Leagold. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what shareholders and potential investors can expect going forward over the next couple of months?
Yeah, it's been an extremely exciting last 6 weeks here. We announced the merger with Leagold on December 16th. It was a long time in gestation, but we were both building platforms in the Americas, multi-asset gold producers. And when we put this company together, you end up with a potential runway to 1 million ounces of gold per year. And that's over the next couple of years when we finish our growth projects. And it's fully funded. It's got increased liquidity and scale and diversity. And this is the type of investable vehicle that actually the market's been asking for over the last few years. And at the moment, we're really well placed as this cycle is potentially turning in gold.
So in your opinion, what kind of investors, who should be looking at Equinox Gold right now as a potential investment for gold exposure in their portfolio?
Yeah, we're sort of coming up the curve here. It's a growth vehicle. We've never been shy of saying we're a growth-oriented company. Building companies and growth at the bottom end of the cycle is the time to do it. Take a little bit of leverage on, which we've done, find good backers and access to capital, and you can actually create great returns for people. And I think we're just starting to scratch the surface of that right now. Our liquidity is coming up, so you're also starting to attract some of the larger or more gold-focused institutional funds, as well as our strong sort of newsletter resource high net worth investor base.
And as part of this merger, you'll be merging teams with Leagold. You'll be working closely with Neil Woodger again. You've worked with him in the past, is that right?
Yeah, it's quite funny. Neil and I were very close when we built Endeavour Mining with a few members of the team on his side that currently are coming into this merger. And so I've probably spent almost 5 years working with Neil in the past, and there's a sort of comfort level and an understanding of each other's sort of culture and the way you build a business. And I think there's a lot of commonality there. So it should help the merger come together. And the other interesting part is we were able to agree a common ground here that we did a nil premium merger. And a nil premium merger is certainly flavor of the year in a sense. You know, the Gold Council, the Paulsons of this world have been asking for, you know, shareholders to all share in the upside of deals. And so we announced on December 16th this nil premium merger. The share prices are both up 35%. And so in other words, there was nil premium, but both shareholders currently have about a 30% premium.
Any predictions or expectations of what we're going to see out of the gold space in the coming year?
Yeah, it's always a tough one. I mean, I have a very strong personal view that we're in a great place in gold. And I know Ross was saying yesterday morning, we're probably in, say, the fourth inning of 9 at the moment. My personal view is gold is really well positioned fundamentally over the next few years to go higher. I'm always scared to predict in the next year or two, but I think over the next midterm, I think we're going to be much higher. And I think those levels that we were at in 2011 are within reach now.
All right. Thanks a lot, Christian.
Thanks, Jim.